Hi, I'm Dr. Gaby Cora, and welcome to my show, Dr. Gaby's Take, Make Life Interesting. Hi, welcome to Season 1, Episode 6, Life, Death, and Healthcare. 50 million Americans are uninsured these days, and it is very tough for us to make life or life-threatening decisions when we're not able to count on being insured to make those decisions. So this poses an additional difficulty, and this is why this is one of the most challenging episodes that we've done so far. Today we're going to be speaking with someone who faced a life-threatening decision and condition and had to make very tough choices as a person, as a family, within this healthcare arena. Now, whenever we have to make these life-threatening choices, life or death, what do we do? The first thing that comes to mind is our individual choices. As an individual, we may have religious ideas that are ingrained in us about whether or not it's okay to let go or if we should really continue to fight. There are other decisions that are on an individual level that are also affecting our own decision-making process. For example, our physicians. Our physicians may have some preconceived ideas about life and death and about whether or not to seek continued treatment. A third problem or a third challenge that we also have to think about is healthcare. Do we have that support and coverage to help us, to aid us during a difficult process? So let's get back to the individual choices. Depending on our religious background, we may be more or less comfortable about making certain choices. Sometimes, depending on this individual background, we may rely on our spouse to make those choices for us. This is where culture comes into play as well, where people who are in these life-threatening conditions are not so free to make their own choices, and they feel more comfortable whenever this choice is made through, with their couple and or through their family. Now, the third and one of the most difficult challenges these days is healthcare. Regarding coverage, some of us may have enough coverage to cover us, for example, in an acute situation, in a catastrophic life event, for example, if we have an accident. However, other times, if we have to deal with cancer and or chronic conditions, different coverage of pre-existing conditions, for example, may impact upon our ability to get treatment at all. My guest today is Ana Contigiani Gospodinoff and her husband, Victor Gospodinoff. This couple faced one of the most challenging situations that any young couple with kids would face. She was diagnosed with advanced breast cancer and metastatic cancer at a time where she was hospitalized and she was just given 40 more days to live. What would you do? What would you choose? Watch the show and see what they chose. Hi, I'm here with Ana Contigiani Gospodinoff and her family to talk about quite an experience that she's had over the past 3 years now. Ana, tell us your story.
Where do I begin? 2008, November 2008, we went to a friend's house for Thanksgiving, and the morning after that, I felt really bad. I had a terrible headache. I would try Tylenol maybe, or rest a bit. It wouldn't go away, so I tried Motrin and different medicines. And then I started throwing up. So when my husband saw me, kids, and no nausea, no vomiting, nothing.
So this was very unusual for you. You
Yeah.
had never experienced
So he
this
said,
before.
you know, there must be something going on here because, well, he tried to pick me up to take me to the nearest ER, and he tried to pick me up. My legs couldn't hold me, so we had to call 911.
How were you feeling other than the headache? Were you worried that something was going on?
No, I just had a terrible.
The headache took over.
I wanted, yeah, you know.
It's like, what's
Please
going on?
Stop.
Stop this.
Okay, and the 911 took us to the hospital which was closer to our house, which is Kendall Regional.
Mm-hmm.
And there, since it was Black Friday,
I see.
it was, no, they made some studies and checkups. And then they said, we would like to call the head neurosurgeon. Okay. And the guy came actually, I don't know, a couple hours after. And he said, okay. So I asked him, what do I have? Because they thought it was maybe something like meningitis or something like that. And my husband remembers more than me. I was lying down, my husband on one side and the doctor. And he said, no, we'll have to do more studies to see what exactly it is. But yes, you do have a mass. And when he said a mass, you know, you automatically think.
You knew it was not good news.
No. So, I told him, well, you do whatever you have to do. And you know what I have to do, tell me. Because I consider myself a very good mother, not to be a mother anymore. And what they did was remove the tumor I had, because my main tumor was in my right breast.
I see.
But it had metastasized. That means it has spread to other parts of my body.
So was the headache the first symptom you had?
Yes. I had one tumor here at the back of my head, another tumor here.
So one was occipital, the other one was
Yeah.
frontal?
Then, as I said, primary tumor was here,
Mm-hmm.
but I also had spots in the left lung, left kidney, base of the spine. I mean,
That was 3 years ago.
yeah.